Hi there. Hello. Welcome to Coffee and Card. Hi, Anne. Hi, Carol. Back on an evening just for this week, back to normal next week and thereafter for the time being. So thank you for bearing with me for these little changes to the schedule, because I've been working at the Holiday Club again. This week I'm doing 3 days and we're doing Matilda this week. So I've got When I Grow Up going around my head and Revolting Children. And I'll be quite honest, I've not put any makeup on tonight because I thought I've been at Holiday Club without any on all day. And I thought I can't be bothered putting a bit of stuff on. So excuse the natural look. I think it's probably the first time I've done a YouTube without putting any on, but this is me, normal. So welcome. We've only got 3 of you on so far, and I do want to give a big shout out to lovely Betty, who is on every week. Lovely Betty from Bolton, who unfortunately was admitted to hospital last Wednesday. She was on with us on Tuesday morning last week, and she's had a fall and she has broken a hip and had a partial hip replacement. So she is in Bolton Hospital at the moment recovering from that. Hasn't lost a sense of humour, obviously, but she is gutted to be missing tonight. So yeah, please do leave her a message in the group. I know she would appreciate it. Yeah, we wish Betty all the best, and I hope you get to watch this on catch up, and we are sending our love. So please would you let me know if you can hear me okay? We're very quiet tonight because we've only got 5 people on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera round, and I've got loads to share with you. The card is quite quick tonight. It's literally a 10-minute card, 10-15 minute completely max, but I think 10-minute card. But I had a bit of a flurry of putting classes on last week. Yeah, thanks, Carol. So yeah, there's lots. I've put a lot of my Christmas classes on now. I have had quite a few bookings for the next round of Coffee and Card. I'd said it closes for booking today, but I've got my timings all mixed up. It doesn't start on the 3rd of September. We'll still be doing this one on the 3rd of September. It starts on the 10th of September. So it doesn't close. Booking doesn't close until next week. So far, I have 14 booked on for it, which is the best one I've had for quite some time. It's double what we've had for this one. So just goes to show you want. Hi, Caroline, wanting to do the Christmas. Now, I'd shared something with you in a newsletter because I thought it was just not doable. And I've been crunching the numbers, and because I've had a few people are booking classes a bit more because I've got organised, and I'm doing the kits for kidneys, and one of my team promoted, which got some points. There is the tiniest glimmer, and it is just a tiny glimmer. And some days I think yes, and some days I think there is the tiniest glimmer that Craig and I may earn the trip to Disney next April. It is a very small glimmer, but it's not undoable. Undoable? Not doable, with amazing people and a few plans. So me being me, I am not giving up. I might have had a difficult year. I might have donated a kidney in surgery, but I am not giving up. I think it's because it's Disney and it's in the top-notch hotel that I'm fighting for it. And if nothing else comes of it, I will have done better in my business. So I'm going for it. So there's going to be some special offers. There's going to be some classes. If you want to get your classes booked in early, I'm happy to do a part payment. Please just ask me. Ask. Don't don't think I'll be offended if you ask to pay half one month and half the other month. That's fine by me. So there's lots of things that I've put on there. I've got a few plans. I've literally got about 40 days to try and earn it. And it is a massive task, but I'm going for it. I'm going for it. Okay. So yes. So let's turn the camera around. See, I don't like to go on about the incentive trip thing. I always feel cheeky. And last year I mentioned it and everyone was so super helpful and I had my best September sales ever. Well, for a long time. And sadly, we couldn't go on the trip, but Stampin' Up did send us some funds to sort of compensate for part of it. It's not like going on the trip. And we've kept that, we've saved that, that's not been touched. So if we get the Disney, we can enhance our stay and make it a little bit longer. So anyway, the next class is this one. As I say, it's not going to close for booking until next Tuesday. I've got 14 on. I want to get an odd number on the class. And in my book I write numbers down the side. And it's sort of in my head how many I'd love to get on it. And I'd actually wrote 16, which is weird because I always want an odd number because then I make up the even number. Anyway, I'm up to 14 now. So, of course, I want to get 17. Now, these are the papers. Now, just another little shout out. If you go for option A, which is only £30 posted, you get a full pack of 12 sheets of paper. And these are the speciality ones. They've got gold shimmer, gold foiling. If you go for the other options that are more expensive, the options, they are only half a pack of papers. But if you do want to upgrade and have a full pack to yourself, you know, and not just half a pack, let me know before next Tuesday if you've already booked on, and it will be an extra £8. No extra postage or anything, of course. And that will just top things up for me, and it'll mean you get a full pack. So these are the papers. As you can see, they have been cut into. What I love about these are the greens. I love the foliage and I love the gold, but some of them have a vanilla background and some have a white background. And I also love the checked one. Okay, so I have Saturday to myself this week and maybe Friday, because I'm sort of going to try and give myself the day off on Friday. So that's the papers, and then the stamp set is a greeting stamp set, and then there's the lovely dies, which are the like tags they've got stitched. Now, as I mentioned last week, there is a new option now, so you can just get the dies and not the stamp set and the papers. You could get the stamps and the papers and not the dies, or you can get everything. If you get everything, you're going to get a full reel of the vanilla ribbon included, which is gorgeous. It's actually £9.50 this, so I'm giving you that free. All my commission from sales of products I'm putting back in and giving you that for free. Hey Hazel. So I'll put my events booking site on. There we go. Okay, cards that I've done are here. So you can get away with just a green ink pad. Mossy Meadow, Garden Green, Old Olive, all work fine. And as you can see, I've used white on some cards, and I've used vanilla on some others. This is my favourite one. In fact, I shared a post on Instagram just of photos, and it's my most liked post, just of photos, for a long time. And this was a card at the front picture, and it's had loads of likes, my most likes for ages. Okay, so that's closing next week. Then I've got my mini catalogue launch. The mini catalogue comes out on the 4th of September. I'm doing a launch online on the morning of Saturday the 7th, and in person on that afternoon. So I've got no in-person bookings at the moment. So if you can come along, please do come along. I'd love to see you. And you get a catalogue, you get a little goodie bag. It's £15. You're going to get a cake and coffee or tea or whatever you want. And you get your catalogue and there'll be inspiration. It's online and it's £12 for some card kits and the catalogue. So I've had a few bookings for the online one, so thank you. Hey Sandra, thanks for joining us. So that's the mini catalogue launch on the 7th of September. I'm trying to go through them in order. I've mentioned Coffee and Card round 42. Okay, Coffee and Card round 43 is open for bookings. Have had a booking for this already. Now, if you want to see details about my classes, I've put a YouTube video on last week sharing lots of the products. Now, these are the papers for the next Coffee and Card round 43. There's options just to have the papers or the bundle, and it's a lovely bundle. In fact, I've not got the dies yet. I think they're due this week, but the stamp set is here. Lovely fonts, and the papers are gorge. So if you like fun and whimsical, then this is for you. See, I like to make some fun cards and I like to do some classics. So I love anything with a house on. And of course, these colours have got Pool Party in them, so they are going to be popular with Julie. And I've chosen these because, oh, look at those. We can, of course, cut these papers out. So if this one is open for booking, it won't start until the 22nd of October. But if you do want to join, it would really help me if you booked on by the end of September for the aforementioned Disney trip. So it would close for booking a week after that anyway. So that's Coffee and Card round 43. Oh man. Then we have our Paper Crafts and Piano event. And this hasn't been popular in terms of booking. So I'm thinking of coming up with ways to get more people on it, because you're going to get your lunch included. It's a hot lunch. You're going to get 3 lots of snacks throughout the day. It really is a treat day on the 12th of October. Now, I'm going to show you in a minute what's included. You're going to get these gorgeous papers. You're going to get this stamp set and the dies to match, which are fabulous, and lots of accessories. And it's from the Reindeer Days suite. So these gorgeous, fun peppermint adhesives. My favourite new Baker's Twine. As I said, the stamp set and dies and the papers are just fabulous. Now, if you don't want to use these papers, then just let me know, because I've got tricks up my sleeve. So it's not just going to be cards, but oh, look at this one, that we have got a die that does the little reindeer head like that. So gorgeous papers, really, really nice. Hey, Claire. So that takes part on the 12th of October. Now, if you don't want to commit to the full price of that, because it is a more expensive day, then if you really want to do the Coffee and Card, you know, the one I've just shared, this one, but you'd like to do it in person, then I'm going to do a price for this, and you would pay for the Coffee and Card plus what I have to pay the hotel for the all-day food. So it won't be as expensive as the Paper Crafts and Piano, because the Paper Crafts and Piano has £100 goodie bag. So it'll be cheaper than that day. It will be at least £40 cheaper, maybe £50 cheaper. I'll just have to work out. Okay, so you could come and do all the Coffee and Card makes, and then make other things throughout the day. with these papers, because I'll have made all the cards anyway. They won't have been shared online yet, but I will have them all made, so you can come and do that. That's an alternative. And then finally, thanks for bearing with me, I'm doing a festive treat day, which are always a popular treat day, on Saturday the 2nd of November. Little bit different this time because I'm not including any dies. I'm including 3 stamp sets. So I'm including my favourite stamp set in the catalogue that's coming up, Yuletide Village. I'm including this background stamp, Falling Snow, and also one that I haven't got yet, which is a greeting stamp set, Peaceful Season. Then we're going to use these papers now. These have got birds on them. They are festive, but not necessarily Christmassy. But when I saw that background paper, I just thought how nice it's going to be with those houses. So these papers are rather lovely. Look at these. So you can do a mixture of more festive projects or not as festive. And again, the festive treat day isn't going to just be cards. But look, how gorgeous is that one to cut down into 6 and do 6 sort of thinking of you cards, simple cards. Right, that's it. That's all I'm going to ramble on about. I've spent 15 minutes plugging my classes and talking about the D word, the Disney. The elephant feels like the elephant in the room for me, but I'm trying my best. Right. As I'll always say, if you've any questions or if you want to change something up and you don't like something I've chosen, but you want to come to a class or you want to feel part of it, please just email me. I know that my taste isn't necessarily everybody else's taste, but people like to be part of something. So please do just let me know, and I won't be offended if you want to swap things out. I promise you I won't be offended. Okay, so this is the card we're going to do this week. Yep. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my lemon out. So you should have a old olive card blank and a piece of old olive card for the front, and you should have a piece of white. And I haven't got a scrap, and I hope I haven't forgotten. I think I say this every single week, but I'm sure if I have, you've got a piece of white kicking around. So I'm going to cut this out. What a beautiful evening now. We had some really bad showers for about 5 minutes, and then it went clear. Then we had some more showers, and now it's clear again. Please don't forget also, if you placed an order in July, you should have bonus day coupons to use up before the end of August. And also we have 15% off papers as well this month. And while I'm cutting out, we are still doing our kits out for kidneys. So please do check that out. We're up to over 30 kits today. I spoke to Kidney Care today, actually. Had a counselling session with them today. They've been very supportive. And I mentioned it to the lady, how much we've raised. Because in all, Craig and I have raised nearly £1,200. Not from the Stamping Up stuff. That's raised about 120 something at the moment. So thank you to anyone who's helped out with that. And she was absolutely blown away. And she's given me the details for the kidney magazine, Kidney Matters. So I might get a little feature in there about the kits out for kidneys. So we'll see. Okay, so I've cut that out. Then we're going to do a little bit of die cutting. There's the stamp sets. And here are the dies. It's absolutely gorgeous night. And I'm going to use this die. Okay. Last week, oh no, 2 weeks ago we used that one. So as you can see, this sums up Julie's laziness. I've still got bits in here. Oh look, if I just flick it like that, it's flicked most of them out. Can I tell you a little story today about the holiday club? So we sit in the, it's running a school, and we sit in the school hall and we eat our packed lunch. And then, I'm saying we, because I don't play outside, but I go outside with the kids. And then we go outside and they play out. And it's a wonderful, really enclosed playground. Really nice space. And the weather was fine. A bit windy today, but fine. Anyway, I was sat on my own having my lunch on a chair, because I do have to keep sitting down. I make sure I'm not stood up all the time. And two girls came over to me. I mean, I do know one of them. She lives on our street. And I'll be honest, I was actually enjoying a bit of quiet time, because 30 kids. And even though they were in the room, she tapped me on the arm and asked if I wanted to sit on the floor and join them and eat my lunch with them. And it melted my heart. Okay, I wish that too. Okay, so I've stuck this down, and what I've done is I've stuck this in. Now I should have cut this out for people who don't have the dies. So I've stuck that there in the centre. You know, if you can't come to any events or book on, I'll just ask that you can share things on Facebook for me. That would be a massive help, because you never know. So if you see me posting about the kidney fundraiser, just if you can, just do as a share. I'd love that, please. Okay, so I went through a couple of times there with this. Okie doke. So you've got that, and you can use maybe something for that. And then we have to do the popping the bits out. It's not too bad, this one. I think Craig might be back from his bike ride. He's allowed to go out on his bike now for gentle bike rides, which is great. Okay, so I've cut that out. And then all I'm going to do is use this piece. Yep, and it needs to be... Beulah, come here, mate. I would say put it just under 9.5 and by 13. That will be fine. 9.5 by 13. But it does go a certain way, and that isn't the right way up. So I need to get some different paper out. It has got a definite way up, that one. I don't know if I've got enough left. So I'm going to cut into... Oh, that's not the right one. I'll cut into another sheet. So if you've loved this paper, this paper does have 15% off this month only. So I'm just going to cut just over 9, just under 9.5, I think I said. It's about 9.3 by, did I say 13? We'll soon find out. Yep, that's fine. And then we'll just see that through there. So grab your card base. And make sure you pop it on centrally. It will be shorter than it is wider, if that makes sense. So pop that on, and then you probably need some glue for this part. And it's glued on, it's not foam padded up. So pop a bit of glue in all of the corners and along the edges like this. And then just pick the odd few leaves that are a little bit wider than the others. Maybe some that stick out a little bit. Pop a bit of glue on them. And then I'm going to pop that over the paper that we stuck down. Hi, Anne. The link for the kidneys isn't, but the link on the video, well, I don't know if it's a link, it's just telling, I've cut my finger, I don't know how I've done that. The link is, it's on my events page, it's on the home page, Kay. Okay, and then I'm just going to, sorry, I've got a little cut finger on my right hand as well. So that's going to go, I don't want to get blood on my card. It's not bleeding, really, but you know, it's one of those really stingy ones. Can't get the foam pads now because that, it's my finger that I pull the backs off with. Got my, let's already have the back off it. I've got my little tool, so get them off with that. Take your pick tool. It's amazing, and I don't use it enough. I'm a bit of a finger crafter, but it's come in handy there because it's getting the, oh, it's so good for this. There we go. So I'm going to pop that up there. And then I'm going to grab a scrap of white. And I've, oops, sorry, I've got my old olive ink pad here. And it's going to say all the love. Because I like that, sending, it's sort of all, sending all the love. All of the love. If you don't want to use that, I'm sure you've got other greetings you can use. So I've just stamped it close to the bottom. And then I'm going to just trim it down. I wish we sold these. I think I'd be on the trip already if we sold these. There we go. So I've just chopped that down. Just realised I never lowered my camera. Apologies. I suppose it's too late now. Yeah, you watch afterwards, Anne. And I sent you a text. I don't know if you got it, but I got your bonus day coupon in the post. There we go. There are today's makes. Well, just one was today's, wasn't it? But yeah. There we go. Let's tidy my stamp up. And what time is it? Hey, look at that, 8 o'clock. I didn't finish talking until 46 So I've managed to share all what's coming up in 15 minutes, and a bit of news and a bit of housekeeping, and then 15 minutes of crafting. So please do share your makes, as always. Love to see them, and so does everybody else on the group. I'm just tidying up and reading what you say. Oh, thank you, Hazel. Super quick card, Anne, but it looks super fancy, doesn't it? Because of the die cut. Sorry, I've had to put the light on, so it's a bit shadowy. You know, the nights are getting a bit, they're not as light, are they now? So the dog's crying because she can hear her dad. So this is next week's. And can you hear her crying? Is there? Nearly done, love. This is next week's card. I've shown you this one before. So I'm looking forward to making it more lemons with you next week. Oh, that finger really hurts. Thank you for bearing with me. Back to the usual time next Tuesday at 10:30. So if you've got any questions, if you want to ask anything about the events, and when you get a chance to watch from the beginning, I do talk a lot about the events and I share some new papers and all sorts of bits and stamp sets. So I will see you next week at the usual time of 10:30 on Tuesday morning. And the next round of Coffee and Card does not close for bookings until next Tuesday. And I'll see you then. Thank you so much for watching, ladies. Have a lovely rest of your evening. Thank you for sharing it with me. I'll see you then. Bye.